Good morning. It is Tuesday, October 6th, 2020, and 7:05 a.m. Um, Great sleep, actually. I am I can't remember the last time I may have slept completely through the night. By that I mean going to bed, not getting up once to go to the restroom or anything like that, and just sleeping straight through. So last night I probably got to bed around 11, I'm assuming, and then I woke up probably about half an hour ago, thanks to downtown Toronto construction, that for some reason now starts at around 6 o'clock. So I have a feeling that if it wasn't for the construction noise, I probably would have stayed asleep. So, and maybe would have gotten some extra sleep. But anyway, that's beside the point. But that's great. And what I attribute that to is that I decided to invest in a weighted blanket. And I was going to do a whole bunch of research and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, there's a lot of other things that I got to be doing right now. So I decided just to go on Amazon, scan a bunch, and see what seemed to be sort of the right thing, right price point, that kind of thing for me. Just ordered it. It came. It's heavy. It took a little getting used to, but it wasn't the big concern that I had about it was that it was going to be too hot, because I tend to be a sensitive sleeper in terms of temperature. So I was like, oh, like this heavy blanket is probably going to be too hot, or it's going to keep me awake or something like that, or just that it would be uncomfortable. But heavy, it did take some getting used to. It was a little strange. It's a strange sensation to have 20 pounds. It's a 20-pound weighted blanket. To have 20 pounds sort of, but evenly, distributed. I slept great. And on top of that, I think I mentioned the last couple of days, just been sort of like waking up with a bit of a start around like what's coming, what's next, like that kind of a feeling. I didn't happen today. Now, I'm not going to completely just attribute that to the weighted blanket. I had a really yesterday, I did have a talk with one of my heart folks, and one of my loving, caring heart folks who I talked to about that. I talked to about all the stuff that I think was just sitting heavily on me, And for those of you who are watching this out there, whether it's because you're in a maybe similar situation as me, hopefully not, but just in general in life, again, I want to talk about how love and care is so incredibly important. But when you have love and care, you also have trusted people around you who you can talk to about the really important stuff, or the stuff that you're maybe worried about, or you feel like you can't talk to other people about. And over time, I've established these relationships and these heart connections with folks, and it's paying off in dividends right now, I gotta tell you. So, trusted people, and those trusted people could be people in your life, could be people in your circle of care in terms of your health. It could be you know, there are people everywhere who can love you in different ways. And so I definitely, you know, say that if that's not something that you feel like you have in your life in this moment, I hope that you think about that, you know. And one of the things I think I mentioned about the why I'm doing this is because I want to be able to say over and over and over again that like love and care goes such a long way, even at a time, you know, like what I'm facing. So if it can give me a sense of grounding, then it can. I mean, that's magical, right? I mean, it's amazing. So yeah, the weighted blanket. I maybe we'll talk about sort of like the the stats and stuff later. I don't know, but anyway, all I have to tell you is that I got it from Amazon. It was it's a 20-pound weighted blanket. I'll maybe come back and let you know like how it goes the next few nights. But I think the combination of the weighted blanket and maybe having, and I think not maybe just maybe, but completely talking about these things that were weighing heavily on me, about some of the things that have happened and some of the things that have been said to me in the last little while. Specifically, a nurse that I had spoken to on the weekend who just kind of like rattled off my prognosis as though it wasn't something deeply meaningful for me. That I think was quite upsetting and rattling for me. So just having an opportunity just to talk that out, cry that out, was I think really beneficial, really helpful. So the combination of those two things, woke up this morning and was like, this is good. I feel good waking up this morning. And I guess it's also, a few days running, 2 or 3 days running of me waking up at home, which is amazing, not in a hospital or in a strange place and strange people, strange foods, And even though a lot of those strange because I didn't know them, folks that I encountered in the hospital were really wonderful, wonderful people. The reality is I'd rather be at home and be amongst my things and Joe and wake up in my own bed and all those kinds of things. So I think sort of a combination of those things is helping me last night, or helping me feel a lot better today than I have in a while. So yesterday, I had a list of things I think I mentioned that I needed to do, and I actually kind of got to a lot of them. Just, calling certain service places up and sort of like letting them know what's up and seeing whether or not there are any accommodations that they could make because of the situation that we're in right now. Some places were very helpful, other places not. It's just interesting kind of conversations to have. And it's also interesting, like with the folks who, especially with the folks in certain companies that, were like, nope, there's nothing, we can help you out with or could do for you. And then, because they're customer service people that have a script, and it's like, well, is there anything else that we could do for you? Have a nice day. And it's like, right, I just let you know that the reason why I'm calling is because I'm in a situation right now where I'm going to be receiving life-prolonging treatment, and I'm no longer going to be able to work and all this kind of stuff. And it's like, anything else? Have a nice day. So there's something strangely absurd about that, but I guess I know that it's not personal. I know it's also just a job that these folks do. But And again, like sometimes in those moments, you would hope that, people's humanity would just be there with you, but they're doing their job. What are you going to do, right? So, had a bunch of those conversations yesterday. But it's good to just, get those things done. And I sourced out a step stool from Kijiji, excuse me, that would help me in the bathroom drain out my biliary drainage bag a little bit easier, because I'm vertically challenged, and my legs are short on top of all of that. So just wanted to get like a setup that would help me, that it would just be a little bit easier for me to do that. So yesterday night, Joe and I took a drive up to North York, where we picked up a step stool that turns out, for me, I feel like it's perfect for what I was looking for. So that was great. And not still figuring out this being a full-time YouTuber thing, and blogger thing. I didn't think to take a camera along with me so that I could just take you along for the ride to North York. Not that interesting really, but it was a nice ride anyway. It was nice to go for a drive yesterday. So I did that, got the step stool, and we needed fabric softener, so we went to a No Frills and grabbed some fabric softener, and filled up some cheap gas that we found. Came home, and playoffs, baseball playoffs. I think that I talked about watching the Jays, and maybe had given you a Jays update about a week ago. When I was still in the hospital, it gave me something to do, and when Joe came, we would watch the 2 games that we played. We got swept by the Tampa Bay Rays, which was not very surprising. But again, it was a distraction, and it was great that the Jays had made playoffs this year. Such a strange baseball season, and then now the second round of the playoffs are on. Yesterday, the A's and the Astros played, and then the Yankees and the Rays played. Actually, I don't know what happened to the Yankees and Rays game, so I went to bed before that was over. But I think the Yankees were up the last time I remember. So I don't know who I would like to win in that particular contest, but I would like for the A's to kick the Astros. Sorry. For those of you Houston fans out there, I'm sorry, but don't like the Astros. Just don't. And for those of you who know why, you know why. Cheaters. Don't like the Astros. Okay. This is a baseball update for those of you who care. 2020. And by the time this goes up, it'll all be over anyways. It doesn't matter anyway. But that, and when I woke up this morning, Akiko had sent me last night an email about a lead on a car that she has, from a trusted mechanic person that she has and knows. So it's a older car. It's so old that when you go like this, if you're looking at somebody else in the car next to you and you're trying to get their attention and you want to do this and you're trying to get them to lower the window, this car actually has a hand crank. And for those of you out there who are watching, you may have actually not been alive when hand crank window things, opener, words, that used to be a thing. Like, there never used to be power windows. So the fact that this car is still has this crazy old school thing is kind of a fun thing. So I've messaged her back. I'm so thankful that she's sourced this, and again, like that, it's coming from a good person that she trusts, and it sounds like the car has been so well maintained, and it's an older car, but it has, like, the kilometers on it are pretty good considering, because I think that it was driven by an older lady for a very long time. So yeah, like really feeling thankful for that, and trying to figure out when we can maybe go and check that out. So a lot of new developments. And for the car, when we go check out the car, there will definitely be you coming along with us, and I'll try to pick up footage as much as, or to film or to record footage as much as I can. And that's where we are at the moment. So that is Tuesday, October 6th in the morning. I hope you're taking good care and that you're doing well. And again, please, if there are people in your life that you love and care about, you let them know. You let them know that you love and care about them. Sometimes it's just through words, but sometimes it could just be a hug. I know, time of COVID, crappy, you can't really hug. But maybe you're watching this when it's not time of COVID and you can hug. Lots of hugs. And, you know, my mom, halfway around the world, she's in Japan. Every day, we just say hug to each other. So we're hugging, and it feels like I do get her hugs. It feels like that, you know? Whew, sharp pain breathing still. Okay. So, that's it. Today's just another day of me just getting stuff done and maybe having actually a few more personal type conversations. And that's where we're at for today. And if there are any other developments, I will let you know. Thank you again for following along. If you'd be so kind, if you would like to subscribe or share this channel or this story with others and they might subscribe, that would be fantastic. If you would even step that up one step further and become a patron through Patreon, there's a link below to find that out. And then other ways to support us through this journey of ours, I would very much appreciate it. But again, if you do none of that and you just tell somebody in your life, not just today, but whenever, all the time, that you love and care for them, and also spread love and care wherever you go, even to those folks that you might not even know. And at the end of the day, I send you love and care, and if you're so inclined, you send me some love and care as well. That would be very much appreciated. Take good care, and I'll talk to you real soon.